Hi guys, and welcome back to Beauty Fortified. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Sue, and today I'm doing a full face of makeup using some recent purchases and things that I've been absolutely loving. So I've got a concealer from Chanel, I've got a highlighter from Stila, I have got a blush from the Body Shop, I've got a new MAC eyeshadow, I've got a new MAC mascara, and a MAC lipstick. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, keep on watching. I've prepped my skin, and today I'm going in with the Chanel foundation. It's the new one. It's called Le Number 1 de Chanel, and it's absolutely beautiful. I have done a review on it. I'll leave a link down below. And the shade that I'm using today is B30. So I still have a little sample of it. And this is possibly a little bit too light for my skin. I could get away with a B40, which is what I usually am with Chanel foundations. But this is quite a sheer foundation, and so it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. So just popping that onto my skin, and I'm going in with a foundation brush. Just going to blend that all over. And then for concealer, I'm going in with the Chanel Le Correcteur, and I'm in the shade B30 in this. And this is a gorgeous under eye concealer. It is very light, so it's not going to conceal very dark circles, but I find that it just really helps to illuminate the under eye area. And then for brows, I'm going in with the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, and I am in the shade number 3. And I have really been enjoying this. I do alternate between this and the brow pomade, which I also love. But it just depends which is closest at hand. And now onto eyes. So one of my recent discoveries is the MAC Extra Dimension eyeshadow. And I've got it in the shade Stolen Moment, and it's a really beautiful shadow. It's kind of like a bit of a cream to powder. It's got a beautiful design on top, which is just something a little bit special from MAC. And it's a taupe color that pulls a kind of purple on my lid. So it gives off the ever so slightest purpley sheen, but it really is a beautiful soft shadow. It's just a dream to apply. So I'm going in onto my mobile lid. I'm using a flat eyeshadow brush for this. You can also wet these as well if you want a little bit more color payoff. But they're just absolutely beautiful, and I wouldn't mind getting a couple of other shades. Let me know if you've tried these. I'd be keen to know your thoughts. There's one kind of olivey one, I forget what it's called now. It's out of stock, but I have put my name down for that because it just looks stunning, and I do love greens and olives for the eyes. But these just blend really beautifully. Just absolutely stunning. And then for the crease, today I'm going in with an oldie but a goodie, and this is Omega by MAC, and looks like not much in the pan, but it really is a great, very subtle kind of crease shade. So I'm taking a fluffy crease brush, and I'm just going to go in with a little bit of this, and it really helps to define my crease because I do have hooded eyes. And on the subject of hooded eyes, if you're looking for tutorials that are specific to hooded eyes, then I would like to recommend Angela Stuart Beauty, and I will put a link down to her channel below, but she really does the most amazing tutorials for hooded eyes, and she really is worth checking out. She's really a whiz at this, and she uses a lot of quite top-end eyeshadows. I think eyeshadows are one of her favorite things, but she really just knows how to place color and how to make the most of hooded lids. So really good channel for that. And now I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to blend out any of the harsh edges just to smoke this crease shade out just a little bit. And then for my lower lid, I'm going in also with an oldie but a goodie, and it is my MAC pencil in Teddy. It's a really lovely kind of soft brown with a little bit of shimmer. So it's really soft enough for the lower lid, just to give a hint of definition. I don't like to overly define my lower lids because I find that does tend to make my eyes appear a little bit smaller. And then what I'm going to do is just take my pencil brush, which is not here, it's over here, and I just take it and I use it just to blend out that lower liner if the line is looking a little bit harsh. Just gently blend that out. And then for mascara, I'm going in with a new one, and this is the MAC Stack Mascara. I have done a review on this. I really like this. I think it is a really good mascara, but I'm not going to hyperbolize all its, the great things about it, because it really just is a good mascara. I don't think it's necessarily anything out of the ordinary. It does have a very nice fat brush, and it is quite buildable, but really, when I reviewed this, I've pitted against a drugstore brand, and honestly, you can barely tell the difference. So I don't believe in spending a lot of money on high-end mascaras. I've always maintained that you can get really, really good ones from the drugstore. So just applying this today, it's the second time that I've used it, and it is smudging a little bit. And that could also be because it's new, and you often need to let mascaras dry out for a little bit. Well, having said that, I mean, once you've been using them for about 2 weeks, they kind of settle and dry down just a little bit. But up until that point, they are very wet, and they can make a bit of a mess. So I don't hold it against the mascara itself. And this really does give you quite a lot of lift as well, if that is something that you're looking for. But as I say, it is on the pricey side, and you can get something from the drugstore that's just as good for a third of the price. So that's the eyes done, and now I'm going to powder down. I'm going to go in with my MAC Mineralise Skin Finish, and I'm in the shade Medium Plus, and this is just a lovely powder to use over the Chanel foundation. It's not a mattifying powder. Well, it mattifies slightly, but it doesn't claim to control oil in a big way. But I find that it just finishes off the foundation because it is quite a dewy foundation, and I do have normal to combination skin. So I really like this powder over the Chanel because it doesn't obliterate all the dew entirely, which would be defeating the whole point of the foundation. And then onto one of my new finds, and that is the Stila highlighter in Kitten. Now, I have been loving this. So I went in store and I was looking for the traditional gold flat packaging of the Kitten highlighter. They were all sold out, and the sales assistant pointed me in the direction of this, and this is the Kitten highlighter in a stick. And I thought, well, why not? Let me give this a go. And I had done some research on the highlighter itself, on the color, and a lot of the reviews said it's not highly pigmented, it just gives you a beautiful glow. And I thought, fantastic, this is just what I'm looking for my mature skin. I don't like anything that's too frosty. I just like something to give a little bit of a glow. And just a little bit about the packaging. So it's a little gold tube with a lid, and then you wind up the stick, and just listen to that. It's got a beautiful magnetized closing mechanism, and it just really smacks of luxury, and it wasn't that expensive. So anyway, I'm going to go in with a little bit of this, and what I'm going to do is I put it on before my blush. So I'm just going to put a little bit onto the cheekbone, and I really find I can get quite carried away with this. I mean, I even use a little bit on my temples, and I use a little bit on the apples of my cheeks as well. Just really love this, and it's got a surprisingly good amount of staying power as well. And then I'm going to take a little flat blush brush, and I'm just going to gently pat that in, just to make sure that it's not visible in a stripe. Let me know if you've tried this, guys. Let me know if you've tried the one in the flat compact as well. I'd really love to know your thoughts, but so far I am really enjoying this. And I find I often apply my highlighter before my blush because it just makes it a little less obvious, a little more subtle. And then because I'm using a matte blush today, it just kind of helps to give a little bit of a lit from within glow to the blush. And the blush that I'm using today is one that I've also purchased really recently, and it's from the Body Shop. It's one of their sheer matte blushes, and this is in the shade Guava. And I just love this color. It is quite highly pigmented, so I'm going to be using a really fluffy blush brush as opposed to something a little bit more compact. Just dabbing a little bit of that into the blush, and then I am going to tap off the excess. And I'm just going to gently apply this to the apples. I haven't tried the Body Shop blushes before. I've tried a few of their products, I've tried a few of their shadows, which I really enjoyed. But they do discontinue things from time to time, so if you get really hooked on something, the next thing you know, it might just be discontinued. So that is one of the things that puts me off a little bit, because I always worry that I'm going to fall in love with the product and then I'm not going to be able to repurchase. So let me know if you've had that experience with the Body Shop. But this really is just such a gorgeous blush, and it works beautifully without a highlight as well. Obviously, it just gives you a sheer wash of color, and because I do have enlarged pores, I have to be a little bit careful about the kind of thing that I put on my cheeks, because there is the danger that the pores are going to start shining through. But I must say, I haven't really found that to be a problem with the kitten highlighter. So holding thumbs, it's still quite new to me. I'm still playing around with it, but really do love it, and just so tempted to put it absolutely everywhere, but I'll resist the temptation today. And then onto lips. I've got a new lippy that I got from MAC, and it's in the color Tropic Tonic. Tonic. And it's just a beautiful sort of watermelony, peachy, bright shade. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of that. I don't have a matching lip liner, so I'm going to go in with my one and only Clarins lip liner in Rose Nude, which has been discontinued, but I find that it goes with absolutely everything. So of course I'm quite gutted. I have got a little bit of 8 Hour cream on my lips just to give them a little bit of an exfoliation. It does contain salicylic acid, so it does help. With the lipstick, it is from the matte range of MAC shades, and some of them you need to be a little bit careful with. You need to exfoliate your lips quite well. So I'm going in with my lip liner, and then we're going to put on the Tropic Tonic. And then finally, I'm going to finish off the makeup with another one of my recent finds, and that is the Clarins Fix Makeup Spray. And so guys, that's a wrap of all the products that I've recently been loving. So let me know if you've used any of these. Let me know your thoughts. Please leave your comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.